The Sacrament of Marriage, Part 2. 4. The Celebration of Marriage. 4.1. Preparation for Marriage. The sacrament of marriage is a gift received, but also contributed to by the spouses who offer the gift of themselves to each other, and their union to God. 4.11. Remote phase of marriage preparation. This includes infancy, childhood, and adolescence, and takes place in the family and also in school and formation groups as a valid assistance to the family. It leads to formation of character, self-esteem and self-control, proper use of one's inclinations and respect for persons of the other sex. 4.12. Proximate phase of marriage preparation. In the weeks before the wedding ceremony, the immediate phase of marriage preparation takes place as a spiritual oasis in the midst of the hectic nature of this time. 4.13. Immediate phase of marriage preparation. After the celebration of the sacrament of marriage, the couple is invited to find a home in the parish community. Families, by their nature, accompany one another through prayer, listening, and generous solidarity in times of joy, need, and in the celebration of the gift of life. 4.2. Documents required. The following documents are required when one is booking for a marriage celebration in the parish. 1. Party's original baptismal cards. 2. Filled prenuptial inquiry form. 3. Marriage license from Civil Marriage Registrar's Office. 4. Decree of dispensation, if any. 5. Filled marriage banns forms. 6. Copies of national ID cards. 7. Certificate of premarital preparation course. 8. Marriage civil certificate, where applicable. 9. In case of widows or widowers, authentic civil or ecclesiastical certificate of death or burial of their departed spouses with whom they were canonically married. 10. Declaration of nullity or dissolution decree if one or both of the parties was/were married in the Catholic Church before. 4.3. Publication of bans. The law of the Church requires that marriage bans be announced in the Church at least 3 times. The purpose is to reveal any impediment or other possible invalidating factors and to inform the parish community of the upcoming marriage. 4.4. Place of marriage. The spouses declare their consent before God and the Church. Hence, it is appropriate that they celebrate the wedding in the parish church. Garden weddings are not permitted in the Archdiocese of Nairobi. 4.5. Time of marriage. Catholics can celebrate marriages on any day that is convenient for them except on Good Friday and Holy Saturday. As per the Kenyan Marriage Act 2014, all marriages shall be celebrated between 8 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the afternoon. 4.6. Preservation of marriage documents. The marriage file for each couple has to be properly stored and preserved in the parish archives at least for 25 years. A copy of the marriage certificate is to be given to the couples, while the other one is sent to the office of the Registrar of Marriages. 5. Effects of a sacramental marriage. A. The sacrament of matrimony establishes a perpetual and exclusive bond between spouses. God Himself seals the consent of the spouses. B. A marriage that is concluded and consummated between baptized persons can never be dissolved. C. This sacrament bestows upon the spouses the grace necessary to attain holiness in their married life. D. This sacrament bestows upon the spouses the grace to accept responsibly the gift of children and provide for their education. E. Christ dwells with the spouses to strengthen their covenant promises, to bear each other's burdens with forgiveness and kindness, and to experience ahead of time the wedding feast of the Lamb. 6. Commonly asked questions about the sacrament of marriage. 6.1. Can a valid marriage be dissolved? 3 special circumstances in which the bond may be dissolved exist. 1. If marriage has never been consummated after the celebration of the marriage rite in church between spouses who are both baptized. 2. The bond of marriage between 2 unbaptized persons can be dissolved if one of the partners decides to leave the marriage and get married to a Catholic or convert to be a Catholic and remarry. 3. If a non-baptized partner refuses to live peacefully with the baptized partner and departs. 6.2. Why does the Church annul marriages yet it's against divorce? The Church says, we won't give divorces. God didn't give us the power to take apart what He puts together. Annulment says that, for some reason, a marriage never took place to begin with. 6.3. Who is the minister of the sacrament of marriage? The Latin Church considers the spouses themselves as the ministers of the sacrament of matrimony, not the officiating priests or deacons as prevalently believed. 6.4. What is one single important condition in mixed marriage? Both the Catholic and non-Catholic party in the new marriage must make promises of freedom to the Catholic party to practice and to bring up the children in the Catholic faith. 7. Pitfalls to avoid in marriage. 7.1. Putting other things first before your partner. This does not mean you put your relationship in everything you do, but try as much as you can to consider being there for your relationship. 7.2. Money. The issue of money needs to be managed with prudence to control unnecessary stresses and fights in a relationship. 7.3. Controlling your spouse and the marriage. Don't be a controlling partner. Give your spouse some space to breathe and be his or her own person. 7.4. Taking your partner for granted. Let your partner know that you appreciate him or her. 7.5. Being more attached to your smartphone than your spouse. The more time we spend on the smartphone and internet, the less we are anchored in reality and involved in working on our relationship, and devoting time to our spouse. 7.6. Failing to work on your attractiveness. Some people will fail to appear attractive to their spouses just because they aren't together now. Be the attractive woman he met for the first time and be the attractive man you were when you asked her out. 7.7. Not talking about problems. Lack of communication is one of the common reasons for divorce. We should not overlook contentious and difficult issues in our marriages. Conclusion. Married couples, who purify themselves by the many trials and difficulties of the married life, attain a high degree of sanctity. Men and women who faithfully maintain the marriage union, despite the challenges they may be going through, lead a heroic life and accept in a truly moving way the reality of the sacrament of marriage.